Hey, what's up? So today I wanted to talk a bit about a potential new F-Zero game because I'm a huge fan of the series and it's been 15 years since a new game. So I would really like to see a new game. It's a good chance it's never gonna happen, but the thing is, Captain Falcon keeps being in Smash Brothers and stuff. They keep referencing F-Zero, so it's not really dead in my opinion. Um, so I think on the Switch probably there will be a new F-Zero. The thing mostly, I think why there wasn't a new installment is because F-Zero GX, which is basically the last game in this series, was made by Amusement Vision from Sega, and that studio doesn't exist anymore. Although basically the team that makes the Yakuza games are basically the same people. So my theory is basically like those people could still make F-Zero. Like I would like that to happen. But also I think Retro Studios might be a good studio from the makers of Metroid Prime and Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze. Also, maybe Sakurai, the developer from Smash Bros., maybe he can try to do something with F-Zero. He made in, I think it was 2011, he made Kid Icarus Rising, and Kid Icarus was kind of dead for a long time, so he seems to be good at reviving series, so maybe. But I have some of the ideas for a new installment. I think mostly it needs to have online multiplayer. Like I still to this day play F-Zero GX a lot because it's my favorite game ever. Like my favorite video game ever. But it's just against CPUs and sometimes it gets kind of boring. So an online multiplayer mode would be great. It would keep me playing for years. But also it really needs like a ranking system. So it wouldn't be just any boring multiplayer online. Because like with Mario Kart and Smash Brothers, there's not really much to it. It's just playing online games. So a ranked system, so for example in like Splatoon or ARMS, you keep going up and you can lose your points. So it keeps me the more you win, as opposed to lose, the more higher your rank will go, and that's a thing I would really see fit with F-Zero. So that would be great. Also, there's this mode in F-Zero X. It's called Death Race, where basically from the 30 racers, you have to kill them all and survive the longest. I think they could actually make a fun online mode out of that. It's sort of like a battle royale mode, actually. That would be, but doesn't have to be called that. Of course, it's like, of course, just online death mode race, or at least some kind of battle mode, like just maybe having items in the battle mode, just shooting at each other, killing each other. Yeah, that would be fun. Also local multiplayer, but also online, I think has to be with 16 people. Like with local, I mean, of course, 4 people locally with 12 CPUs, and online just 16 people. Because right now you can only play with 4 people locally, and there's no CPUs, and it loses kind of the fun and the chaos of F-Zero, in my opinion. So of course, a story mode should have to get back. It was really fun in GX. It was kind of short, but that makes up for it because of the difficulty makes up for it. And I think they need to do that again, like make it difficult, do another story mode, with great cutscenes. Um, yeah. Also, I think all the characters from at least GP Legend and F-Zero GX need to come back, because there were a lot of new characters in GX that were a lot of fun, but also in GP Legend. There are also some new games, some new characters from F-Zero Climax, the Japanese exclusive F-Zero game. I'm not sure they really fit, but it would be fun to see them return as well. And maybe characters from Maximum Velocity, but those were never really characters, because it was just mostly the cars. But they could make them into characters. That would be fun. But especially I hope to see some new characters. That will be especially great. Like, that was really fun in GX and GP Legend to see that. So yeah, make it like over 50 characters total. That would be great. I think custom stages would be a great thing. We had that in the expansion kit for the 64 disk drive for F-Zero X, but that really didn't sell well, and it's sold only in Japan, so not many people, could really take advantage of that. But it was a lot of fun. I messed around a bit with it in like an emulator and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. So I think that would be fun in a new game. Also, I would really love it if they put some old stages from previous games in the games. They sort of did that, because in GX you had, I think, the story mode number 2 is actually the level design from a Mute City. No, not story mode 2. Sorry, story mode 4 or 5, the casino story mode mission. That was actually based off a Mute City stage from F-Zero X. It had the same layout. Also, F-Zero GP Legend had a lot of stages from the first F-Zero game. But like, if a new F-Zero happens, it would be great to see stages from F-Zero X and GX especially, but also new stages, of course. Like, just a lot of content. Like I said, I still love F-Zero GX. I still play it a lot to this day. It's just, it lacks content, so it would be great if the game would be a lot more durable, a new game, so I could really play it for years and not get bored of it as quickly. Also, in order to do that, they need the game to be difficult again. Like, GX was kind of difficult, though the level design in F-Zero X was a lot more difficult. But to unlock everything and to beat the story mode on very hard, that was really difficult in GX. A new game could really use that, in my opinion. Yeah, and then finally, the soundtrack just needs to be really good. I love the soundtrack in F-Zero games, especially in GX. I prefer the techno kind of sound more over the metal sound, but I love both, so I really don't mind both. But yeah, I prefer the GX style. But yeah, just it needs to be good. Like, but also, yeah, I'm kind of worried if a new F-Zero happens, they don't really do all this. They would kind of mess it up. Like, it's been so many years, they probably would try to reinvent the wheel a bit, But I hope not, I hope they just kind of make it easy, like the ideas I had, and not really make it too simple, or try to focus on like making the gameplay really different. I don't think they need to do that. It just needs to be difficult and fun. The characters need to be crazy and wacky, and it just has to have a lot of detail, good music, great level design. Yeah, as long as they do that, I will be really happy with a new game. But yeah, we'll just see. We'll just have to wait and see if it ever happens, even. I'm always hoping in a Nintendo Direct, to see a new F-Zero announcement. It never happens, of course, but you never know. I feel like for the Nintendo Wii, it wasn't really a great fit because F-Zero GX at that time didn't really. It was really beautiful actually for that time, and it didn't come out that long ago at that time. And the Wii U was kind of underpowered for that generation, and they probably needed to do something with the gamepad, and it probably wouldn't work. But the Switch would really be perfect for it. Like F-Zero is a like addictive arcadey game. You can really pick it up and play for a bit, or just play for a while. But that would be perfect for in a handheld form. But also, the Switch is kind of powerful compared to the Wii U. So I think they could make like a lot of graphically, it could be like really good. Is what I'm trying to say. Like the levels could be really pretty. Like hopefully they could have 16 racers while playing a split screen, because that wasn't possible before. But now with the graphical capabilities in the hardware, I think it probably will, and I think that will just because of the Switch's hardware, I think it will be a new, fresh experience. Like already, like they don't have to reinvent the wheel, and also that's why they, in my opinion, didn't do it on the Wii U or the Wii, because it just lacked hardware. But yeah, that's why I hope a Switch version will come, and why I kind of think it will happen. I think in like maybe like next E3, like in 2019 on E3. I think that will be a good time to show it off. Like they showed Metroid Prime 4. They teased that like when was it, last year or 2 years ago? I don't really remember off the top of my head, but yeah, that was last year. Yeah, I think they could do the same thing with F-Zero. Maybe like with the same of like Metroid, where they announced Metroid Prime 4, but also then later they announced a remake of Metroid 2, Samus Returns. Maybe they could do like an F-Zero GX remake, you know, and it will release in a couple of months, but then the new F-Zero will come out eventually in like 2 years. That will be like great, like 2 F-Zeros on one day as an announcement. That will be like a dream come true for me. Like, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see, and who knows, F-Zero might never come back. Like, I'm kind of afraid it won't, but at the same time, like I said, the Switch is perfect for it now. So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. Another reminder that I do the mailbag thing. I haven't had any questions asked yet, but that makes sense because I don't have much views yet. Excuse me. But that said, ask some questions if you see this video. I'll answer any question because I don't get many. So just ask it. It could be about anything. Just, it doesn't matter. Just ask a question if you want. It helps me because I want to have more questions. So it's not a problem. Just ask away. All right, that's it.